Arthur is a big red tank engine. He has run a small line in Normandy for many years. He takes vans of fish up and down the line so they can be sold to market. It's a very smelly job, but Arthur doesn't mind. He prides himself on being on time and doing every job he's given as well as he can. He doesn't like to make silly mistakes. One morning, Arthur had been called to Ballyhoo to meet the Fat Controller. He wondered why he was wanted.
Whatever the job is, I will try my very best. How lovely to see you, James.
Nice to see you too.
Are you alright?
I've been better.
This is why I've asked to meet you. Arthur, I would like you to take over a sleeper service for James whilst he goes to have his boiler tubes replaced.
Arthur was surprised. He hadn't taken passengers for a long time.
I won't let you down, sir.
Excellent. You've saved me a lot of bother, Arthur. I knew I could rely on you.
Don't let me down either, will you?
Oh, you know I could never. It would be such a shame to bruise your ego after all.
Nothing bruises my ego.
Oh, no, of course not. Except for some tar wagons, a bee sting, some bootlaces, and perhaps a very juicy story about some wooden brake blocks too. I hope your repair goes quickly and easily.
Arthur was ready and waiting by the time the train was due. He waited patiently as his crew talked with the guard and passengers' luggage was loaded onto the train.
That shouldn't be a problem. Should it, driver?
I don't think so. We'll be all right.
The guard waved his green lamp and climbed on board. With his bright lamps shining the way, Arthur set off into the night. At first, the journey went well. Arthur didn't have many places where he had to stop, and he kept a good lookout for all his signals. But the fog soon grew thicker.
I wish I could see.
You'll be all right.
But neither of them knew a set of points had not been changed back by a signal. Arthur went down the wrong line, and he and his driver were none the wiser.
I don't think this is the right way.
Before his driver said anything,
Brakes, please!
Good grief.
a rail joint had snapped under Arthur's weight.
I think we might have gone the wrong way.
Well, I knew it before you thought it.
The next night, Arthur again stood at the platform whilst everything was being read.
Come on, Arthur. You can do it. You will do better. You will!
Arthur hurried along as fast as he could. He didn't want to be late. Clouds of smoke and steam poured from his funnel in great loud puffs. Railwaymen call this kind of puffing barking. Engines shouldn't bark on sleeper trains because it disturbs the passengers. But Arthur was trying so hard to not make mistakes, he had forgotten to be quiet.
Right on time. Right on time.
At one of his stops, Arthur met Percy. The two chatted before Arthur had to go.
Arthur! Not so loud. You might wake up your passengers. You've been far too loud all night, Arthur. I'm afraid all your barking and whistling might have woke your passengers already.
Oh dear me. I must have forgotten. What a silly mistake I made. The Fat Controller is sure to be upset with me now.
And he was.
I expected much better from you, Arthur. I've had a lot of complaints about the noise you were making last night, and that will not do for a sleeper train.
I am sorry, sir. I will try to do better, I promise.
If you do not, I shall find another engine to take the train instead of you. Do not let me down this time.
Yes, sir.
Poor Arthur was nervous all day. He went about his work feeling terribly guilty. He couldn't even settle down to sleep that afternoon.
What if I make another silly mistake? What would the Fat Controller do to me then?
Try to rest, old boy. You'll make yourself more upset if you don't. Come on, Arthur. Pull up to this platform.
I can't!
Where does he think he's going?
We'll put you on a train tomorrow for one last test. Then you can go back to work. Arthur, you know not to enter a yard at that speed.
I'm so sorry.
Could you give us some space? Were you that desperate to see me?
Oh, James, it's been a disaster.
Don't I know it? Everything's a disaster without me. Oh, come on, Arthur. It can't be that bad. Oh dear.
I couldn't do it, James. I've made too many silly mistakes, and now the Fat Controller's gonna be so cross with me.
James listened as Arthur told him what happened.
You do know you shouldn't have run off like that.
Oh, I do. I couldn't help it. I felt so ashamed that I couldn't bear pulling the train again. What if I make another silly mistake?
Silly mistakes are nothing compared to big ones. You said you've not pulled passenger trains for years. Of course you're gonna make silly mistakes. Why didn't you say anything?
I suppose I didn't think to. I told the Fat Controller that he could rely on me.
And you didn't want to let him down. A long time ago, I was asked if I could pull the express when Gordon couldn't. I never pulled it before, but do you know what I said?
What?
I said, I'll try. It's always better to be honest about what you can do, rather than bulldoze your way through what you can't do.
That's funny coming from you.
Why?
Because you seem to bulldoze through everything you do and still do it wrong.
How rude!
And what's more, you're clever enough to know this, but not clever enough to practice what you preach.
Are you calling me stupid?
No, but I am calling you short-sighted.
Is that a smart word for stupid?
James, I know you're right about being honest with what I can do. So, I'm going to be. I need your help. I'm not very good at pulling passenger trains, and I'm not really good at pulling them at night. So will you help me, please?
Of course I will!
Arthur, what do you mean by running off and stranding your passengers?
I'm very sorry, everyone. I know I made a lot of silly mistakes, but please let me try and pull your train one more time. I promise you, I'll try my best.
We have a lot of time to make up.
You'll have a big job to do.
We can do it!
They ran well, but Arthur soon began to bark again.
Easy, Arthur. Barking is for dogs and hill climbing, not for sleeper trains.
I'm sorry.
You're hauling this train like it's an express. Sleeper trains don't have to run so quickly. Take your time, and besides, coaches don't have to be hauled like trucks. They're always much more agreeable.
More agreeable than you?
Who says I'm not agreeable?
Well, almost everyone, I suppose.
Well, I disagree with those who say I'm not agreeable. I'm very agreeable.
Well, I'm inclined to agree with you.
They ran so well together. By the time the train reached the big station, they were only 2 minutes late. The Fat Controller came to see them and told them how well they had both done.
I will say, James, that I wasn't impressed with your little spat with the inspector. You will perform test runs when you are told to in the future.
Sorry, sir. I won't do it again.
And I promise to be more honest about what I can do in future. I've made quite enough silly mistakes for a while.
Have you?
Yes, I'll have you know that I have.
Everyone always makes silly mistakes sometimes. It's only a matter of time before you make some more.
James!
Okay, I'll stop now, I'll stop. That shouldn't be too harsh, especially not when you've gone such a lovely colour.
Arthur felt a little bit silly, but he'd rather laugh about it than feel guilty. I think Arthur has the right idea. Don't you?